When the government announced the closure of learning institutions as one of the measures of stemming the spread of COVID-19 in March last year, many learners had to resort to studying on radio and television as well as newspapers. Attempts to full reopen late last year came to nothing early this year, as the country was hit by a spike in infections, leading to the second closure of schools. In her remarks during the release of 2020 PLE results, Education Minister Janet Kataha alluded to this, urging parents to support their children's learning efforts at home. However, before all this, some parents had already embraced homeschooling as a way of avoiding many of the challenges attached to formal schools such as cost. Godfrey Chaz and his wife are residents of Kasana village in Chokota Council, Nakaseke district. The couple has 3 children who are schooling, but none of them has ever been at school.
This is something we started right from when we got our first child. I usually tell people my kids have never been to school. We've taught them from home.
Chaz reveals that he planned to homeschool his children even before he wedded 13 years ago.
My wife and I homeschool our children, yes, and this is something I envisaged even before I got married.
Chaz has a library at home, and among the materials he uses include self-written textbooks developed under national curriculum.
For example, if the curriculum from the government says you should teach fractions in P5, I am free to look up resources that will teach my child fractions, whether they are developed in Uganda or they are developed in South Africa or they are developed in the USA.
Some parents think homeschooling could be a complicated task as many remain illiterate. However, Chaze disagrees.
Mu bantu abamu kiyinza obutasoboka. Kubanga mulimu abazadde balina basomeseza abaana naye nga bo tebaasoma.
Kakati eyo embeera ekaluubiriza nnyo abaana bano nti ne bw'anaaba ng'ayigira awaka okwebuuza ku muzadde ono ataasoma ayinza obutakifuna bulungi.
You do not have to be a teacher necessarily to teach your young one. I know that's a mindset we have developed. You find somebody, whether they are educated or they are not educated, but as long as they are not trained teachers, sometimes they freak out of the idea of teaching their child 2 + 3 is 5. Most people fear to do that, even if they have a degree by themselves.
Chaze says one only needs to teach a child how to learn so that he or she can discover more through their own initiative.
Because when they learn the how to learn, they will teach themselves anything else, even beyond your capacity as a parent.
Chaz and fellow parents created Homeschooling Uganda group to help one another in one way to teach their children.
Is the platform we put together that can help support families that have chosen to teach their children from home. We have a WhatsApp group where people interact on a regular basis. We conduct seminars and conferences every 3 months.
Schooling from home all through, Chaz's firstborn Benel Jordan Chaz is slated to sit for his PLE next year, and he is confident of passing with flying colors.
So I believe I'm prepared. I've been reviewing my Ugandan curriculum from book 5 to 7.
Because he homeschools his children, Chaza doesn't have to worry about paying for their tuition in a formal school each term.
But all the expenses, the beauty is they come in the house. Instead of paying school fees, we are buying textbooks, we are buying teaching materials, and like I already mentioned, that you buy one textbook and all your children are going to use the same.
Now with the future of schools even more uncertain, some teachers think homeschooling is the way to go, although they insist parents need support.
So the challenge is for all educators to think outside of the box, think of other alternatives. And I think homeschooling, in this case, should be promoted.
If there is need to buy motorcycles, they should give teachers to go and help these learners.
Countries with the most prevalent homeschooling movements include USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. Herbert Kamoga, NTV.